Good afternoon, friends, and welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Kim. And I just figured I would do a mid-June garden walkthrough to give you a little update of what's going on in the garden, how everything's been doing. I've got lots of stuff starting to bloom and growing now. And my roses are now, they're all getting ready to bloom. Shouldn't be long. This one just started to open up this morning. So I'm starting to get some buds on my roses now. And over here there's a red one that is getting ready to bloom. It's got a couple of buds on it. There's another one. So I'm excited. Finally gonna have roses. But I've got lots of stuff going on in the vegetable garden I want to share with you. This is a peach rose that hopefully should be blooming soon. It's got buds all over it. But all the roses are looking really good. So let's go over to the garden and I'll show you what's going on in here. It is in the middle of the day. It's about noon. So it's really sunny. I hope you can see this video. And some of the plants are a little wilted just because it's about 80 degrees today. But here are my wax beans that are growing. And they're starting to climb up the trellis now. It shouldn't be long until they're getting to the top. And I've got some radishes growing down here. And I did pick one the other day. They're not quite ready. They're still kind of small. See, look. Yeah, they're still kind of small, so they've still probably got a week or two left before they're ready. And my carrots are doing fabulous. And I've got some pole beans here. They are climbing the poles now. And it's just amazing. These have grown about a foot in the last week. Just for getting some sunshine finally. And I'm hoping our storms are done. We're not supposed to have any rain for a couple of days and haven't had any more bad hailstorms. Onions are looking really good. They are still recovering from the hail damage. They are starting to get really big. Basil is now bushing out. It is loving the sunshine. I got some oregano down here. My parsley has bushed out completely. It's also loving the sunshine. And down here's some more oregano. I'm gonna use that to make spaghetti sauce this year when I can it up. Strawberries are all really looking really good. That one's got a strawberry on it. So it shouldn't be too long. That one's growing. Got lots of little strawberries everywhere. This is my Brussels sprouts in the back. And we've got the red romaine cabbage in the front. It took some hail damage, but it's still going. And my blueberry bush that the anonymous sender sent me. I thank you very much if you are watching. It is doing really good. It's now about tripled in size, so thank you for buying that off of my Amazon wish list and sending it to me. And got blueberry or the blackberry here. And a couple more strawberries. They're all got flowers on them. This pot's got another blackberry. Some more strawberries. And the peppers are loving this heat. They are all flowering now. There are flowers all over them. Starting to get lots of flowers. Down here, I don't know if you can see it. That is a Scotch bonnet. It's getting pretty big. There's a couple of more up in the back. These are my serrano peppers. They are starting to flower and starting to bush out now. More serranos back there. These are jalapenos. They are starting to look really good. There is a jalapeno growing right here. So we're finally getting peppers growing. Over here are my Sugar Rush peach peppers. They are covered in flowers, and I have got peppers. Kind of hard to see, but they're doing really well. There's another little baby one here. So I'm excited to try those. I've never tried the Sugar Rush peaches before. Over here I've got some Anaheim peppers that are growing. Got lots of little ones on there. They're all over. And they are doing really well. There are some more onions in this bed. And those are recovering from the hail damage too. These are my green peppers. They are getting really big and bushy. And they have got flowers all over them. And down here, this plant has got one really nice looking one. And then there's another little one here. So we'll have some green peppers off of those. And my clematis is bloomed out everywhere. The maroon is absolutely gorgeous. The honeysuckle next to it is still doing good. And my purple clematis is blooming everywhere. I just love clematis. They are gorgeous. And back here are the ground cherries I planted this year. They're just starting to get going. I don't think they like those cooler temperatures we had. But they are finally starting to grow. And there's some more ground cherries and then some nasturtiums that are trailing off. And they should be blooming soon. One of them had a bloom last week, but the hail knocked it off. Over here is, sorry about the roosters, they hear me. This is my yellow squash. Still nothing yet. Lots of flowers. Not seeing a lot of bees this year. I'm kind of concerned. Back here is the pumpkins. They are starting to climb the fence here. They've got flowers on them also. And this is my zucchini. It got hit pretty bad with the hail damage, but it is standing up. It is flowering. So I believe it will be all right. It's just taken off. It's gigantic now. Kind of hard to see with the sun glare. Down here are cayenne peppers, and they are starting to grow now. Got some little tiny baby ones on there. There's some bigger ones here. So I'm really happy with those. Another one there. These are my Tabasco peppers, and nothing quite yet on those. They're a little bit smaller. The hail damage got them pretty bad. But they are still going, so I think they will be all right. And here are my cucumbers. They are starting to climb up the trellis now. They've got some flowers on them. I don't see any cucumbers yet, but should be any time now. Here are some pickling cucumbers. And there is a marigold. And over here are some more pole beans. These are Kentucky Wonder pole beans, and these ones are doing fabulous. They are getting really tall. They are starting to climb up their trellis. Yep, and there is Peanut. She's out here in the sun with me. She's panting so you can see how hot it is. Right here are some more pickling cucumbers. Next to them is butternut squash. And then I've got my peas in here. Now my kale is kind of falling over right now. It is hot out here, like I said, and it does not like the heat. So it will spring up as soon as the sun starts to go down a little bit. These are shaded over here. All of these plants over here, the cabbages and everything, the kale, these are all shaded late in the afternoon. So here in probably about 2 hours, everything over here will be in the shade, and it'll stand back up after that. Over here I have my peas are doing fabulous. I'll have to walk around and show you the other side of them. They flowering yesterday. Everything is growing really, really well. Here are my tomatoes. They are recovering from the hail really well. They are starting to bush out and starting to get some flowers on them. I don't have any tomatoes yet, but I think it'll be soon, as long as we don't get any more hail. So those are all looking wonderful. My Napa cabbage. It stood up pretty good. Over here is my patty pan squash. Now it got hit pretty good by the hail, but it's growing new leaves. These are all brand new baby leaves since the storm. So it's growing new leaves and it's recovering. A couple of marigolds here. The watermelon is still recovering too. It's still kind of small, but it looks like it's going to survive. Just a little behind. And here's a large red cherry tomato. It's looking really good, especially after the storm. And here are a couple of beefsteaks tomatoes. We've got some pots. And then these are mortgage lifters. They are doing pretty good. They are starting to bush out now. So they are looking pretty good. These are my indigo yellow pear drop tomatoes. They are looking good, and I'm excited for these because I have never had these before. Excited to try those. Back here are more Kentucky Wonder beans, pole beans. They are growing crazy. And some chives and some garlic chives. And there are some more peas here. They are all now starting to flower. And down here is butternut squash. Now it turned a little yellow after the hail damage, but it looks like it's starting to come back. Some more peas. These are more peas. These are now flowering. And I have some birdhouse gourds. If you can see that. These are starting to flower. And they are probably about 6 feet tall now. They are taller than I am. Okay, over here, there's some more marigolds. And here are my celery. They are doing very good. Looking really, really good. Really proud of my celery this year. It is doing fabulous. Whole bed is full of it. Over here is my bok choy, or my pak choy, which is the miniature bok choy. It is doing really good. I've still got to get some more picked and get in my freezer. Some of it is starting to go to seed on me again. These are my beets. They are a little wilted, but that's just because of the sun right now. As soon as the sun goes over, they will stand back up. And there's the kale again that is not liking the heat right now. It wilts pretty quick in the heat. These are my okra. They are starting to stand up. It looks like I've got some bugs eating them, but I have not seen any bugs, so I'm not sure what is eating them. The only thing I've seen is some little tiny baby grasshoppers. And here's the other side of the peas. They are doing really well. And there's my asparagus bed. And some more peas. And here's some head lettuce. It's kind of wilted because of the sun, but the heads are getting pretty big. So they should be ready to pick pretty soon, especially before it gets too hot here. This is our first day in the 80s. We've been in the 60s and the 70s for about the last month. Some more red romaine lettuce. That's not liking the sun either. It's awful hot out here. And here are my huge cabbage. And I'm hoping they get heads formed before we get too hot. They are starting to form heads, but they are doing it really slowly. So I'm hoping they do not bolt on me. I'm hoping I will get some cabbage this year before it gets absolutely too hot. There's some more peas behind there. And this is the spinach that I just picked. Let's see, today is Sunday. I picked it on Monday. So 6 days ago I picked it, and it needs to be picked again. And I still need to get that video out on the other spinach. I'm working on that right now. But there you go. That was just a quick update. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me if I have a trick to gardening and what I do to my soil, that they have bad soil or they just can't get their plants to grow. So I am going to work on a video tomorrow. I'm hoping it'll be out probably on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Just kind of explaining what I do for my compost, what I add to my beds. Because I've had lots of people with questions, and they're really struggling. And I understand that a lot of people have bad soil, clay soil. And I had clay soil at once this garden was all in ground, and I could not grow anything. I couldn't get anything to grow. I think I got some zucchini and some yellow squash to grow, but other than that I was really struggling. So I figured I would kind of do a video, and hopefully it will help people out. Just let them know what I do to my garden, and maybe it will help people with their gardens. Maybe they can do some of the additives I do. I try not to do a whole lot of chemicals. I try to do a lot of natural. And most of it is stuff I just have around my house that I add into my compost that helps out. So I just want to thank everybody for watching today. And I hope you enjoyed my mid-June garden tour. I almost said July. Not quite yet. But I just want to let everybody know I will be getting that video out pretty soon. It should be out in the next couple of days. So if you like this video, hit the like button, please. And even leave a comment if you got any questions. And if you have any questions I can put in that next video, you could always put that in the comments below. That would be helpful. And let me know exactly what you're looking for and what help you need in your garden. And I will try to help you as best as I can. I've been gardening now for about 30 years, and I actually, my first garden, I was 17. I wanted to grow vegetables, so I learned how to grow a garden, and I've just been working on what I can do to better it each year, and I think I'm finally mastering it to my liking. I mean, it's not as good as a lot of people's gardens, but you know what? I'm satisfied with it. It's producing, it's making us vegetables, I'm canning it, it's going in my freezer, and I'm happy with it. So if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to get those answered on that next video. So I just want to thank everybody again for joining me, and it is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and hope everybody has a blessed day. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.